to be ended somewhere to start. No need to ask you to smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Coast to coast, LA to Chicago, Western girl.
I can only say wow, wow, wow. That is Corneille covering Smooth Operator, here to talk to us about his first album that's all covers, right?
Yeah.
It's called Love and Soul. Thank you so much for joining us
Thanks for having
this
me.
morning.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you brought me a copy, because if Smooth Operator is an indication...
We'll get a copy for you, no problem. No
congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
It sounds amazing. You're taking on some of the biggest classics. Let's talk a little bit about what that's like, right? Because you have the chops. You've got the voice to pull this off, but these are still some big names here, right?
There's some big names.
Who are we talking about?
We're talking about Terence Trent D'Arby. We're talking about George Michael. We're talking about Tracy Chapman, Lenny Kravitz, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Wow.
We're talking about Sade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got bold in this one, but I think it was such. I mean, those are such big names that I had no ambition to try and do as well as they did.
You were just doing your own version.
Yeah, and it wasn't even about that. It was more about paying homage, paying tribute to these girls and guys that I grew up listening to. That's really all it was. I wasn't trying to, put my twist on this or that. It was a fan playing and singing songs that he grew up listening to and loved.
Well, a mission accomplished, because it's wonderful.
Thank you.
We're going to talk a little bit about the casino. We're going to talk about all the different shows you have coming. But I want to talk to you a little bit, because Corneille is very, very well known on the French side. He's got an English album. But for the people at home who don't know, you have a very interesting background. You were involved. You lived in Rwanda when the genocide was happening.
Yes.
Then went to Germany. Yes. Then came here.
Yes.
We are seeing in the news right now how people are talking about refugees.
Having
been in that situation, I'm really interested to know maybe what you would like people to know about refugees. What would you like them to think about when they think about refugees?
Well, the first thing I'd like for people to think about is, I wish I had a picture of me when I first got here. That was about 20 years ago. I came from Rwanda by way of Germany. I didn't have anything really. I had lost my family.
You're traumatized still.
Yeah, I was. I mean, my circumstances were singular, but the same circumstances are common to pretty much every refugee. The idea that you would have to leave. Imagine you have to leave your country and everything you'd ever known. First of all, there's that idea that, all these people are coming to get a better life and take advantage and all that. Nobody wants to leave their home unless they're really forced to. I mean, the circumstances have to be so extreme for you to want to pick up everything or nothing,
Exactly.
in this case, your children and just leave to a place that you've never known nothing of.
The unknown.
The unknown is probably the scariest notion to any human being. So all that to say that, you have to look at those people as human beings in complete disarray and desperation and in search of a better life, period.
Right.
I mean, there's no, intention to come and take over. Right?
And also,
none of that
but
is
for the
there.
grace of God go I, that this could be any one of us.
This could be any other. It's hard to imagine that it could be, but it is possible, But the other thing that I'd like to say, though, is that fear for the foreigner is also, unfortunately, part of what makes us human.
So we have to get to the music, but I just want to say we were just talking about this during the break, and you were saying you answered this with compassion and understanding.
Yeah, when somebody tells me, you foreigners, you guys, vous autres, in Quebec, but my first reaction is anger, and that's my first emotion is anger, but I always have to get back to what I wish the end game would be. I would much rather somebody say, you know what, I know you went through a lot, welcome. But I can't get to that unless I show a little bit of understanding. If I get into the judgment, I'm only going to get the kind of reaction that we're seeing. So to get to that kind of compassion, I have to open my heart and say, okay, I get what you're saying, because if somebody knocked on my door tomorrow morning and said, hey, here I am, my family's here, would you take us in? I'd probably go, I don't know. So, I mean, we have to stay away from judgment, and it's up to our leaders to explain.
Well, we're going
to educate.
Yeah, so that's coming up.
And they don't all do that.
Okay, we have to. Thank you for having this conversation, by the way. I could keep you here for another hour, but we got to get to your music. This is happening, by the way, at the Cabaret du Casino de Montréal. This is going to be a great residency for you over there for this fantastic album. You're going to be performing what song for us after the break? Which one are you performing?
Sign Your Name, Tension Derby.
So don't. Oh, yeah.
You know.
Don't go anywhere. Corneille is coming up with a beautiful song. Terrence, Darby, you're watching Breakfast Television on City.